Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Ages of Chaos, the Fluff and Hammer adjacent, and to the second part of our examination of the all-new Codex Emperor's Children, 10th edition. The very first Codex Emperor's Children, in fact, the first ever, and as you can tell from the tone of my voice, I'm still very much loving this. Oh man, I love this codex. I love the Emperor's Children, full stop. And the more I've delved into this codex, the more I like it. It's very much a thinking person's codex, as I mentioned before. It's not the kind, it's very much the antithesis of the World Eaters. If you play these guys like World Eaters, you'll fail. You'll fail, you'll fail, you'll fail. If you play them like any Chaos Legion, quite frankly, you'll fail. They require, fittingly enough, a great deal of finesse to get right. And the detachment, this is, setting the standard for the cult codices, which are all being released in like one big block. Next, we've got, what is it next? Is it the Death Guard or the Thousand Suns? I think it's the Thousand Suns next, isn't it? So that's going to get a good old going over as well, because I also, by the way, love the Thousand Sons. I mean, I love all the cult legions, with the Emperor's Children and the Thousand Sons kind of level pegging, then the Death Guard, then the World Eaters. So they're all going to get a look at, but the Emperor's Children are kind of just. I think the Emperor's Children are my favorites. Like Sonic Pistol to Head. If I had to tell you which one I love the most, it would be the Emperor's Children. I just love everything about them. Their aesthetics, their ethos, their background, the stuff you can do with them hobby wise. I mean, they are limitless. Like a lot of the cult legions, the Chaos cult legions, the range and the models practically invite you to just go nuts with them. These guys they're blessed by Slanesh, so they have all sorts of mutations. They personify and beautify, quote unquote, their armor. So you can do all sorts to the armor. They wear things like cloaks and sashes and greaves and even stockings over their armor, bizarrely. So you can do all sorts with that. They even do things like subject themselves to highly unlikely and experimental surgery to alter their anatomies and to make them either more aesthetically pleasing and or to enhance their sensory apparatus. So you can go nuts, and I have done, by the way. I've got my Champions of Slanesh box here alongside multiple other boxes that I've accrued over the last 5 years or so, and I'm just mucking about. Quite frankly, I'm doing stuff like attaching, like the snake bodies from the Daughters of Cain, Meliusai, attaching those to noise marines and to champions, stuff like that, sculpting screaming faces into their armor. It's so much fun. Honestly, as a modeling project, as a hobby project, these guys are fantastic. They're very like the Death Guard in that regard. They require a bit more in the way of finesse with your conversions and maybe a bit more experience with your sculpting, because they do require a little bit more than the Death Guard in that sense. But if you can get it done, oh my god, they are so rewarding. They're such beautiful. They're a hobbyist stream. They're an absolute hobbyist stream. Even Fulgrim's going to get a little bit of alteration from me. I'm planning on doing like screaming faces through the membrane of his wings, because a lot of my officers have that in their cloaks and their sashes. I've sculpted like screaming faces into them, so that's going to tie him into the army. It'll be very, very nice indeed when I'm done, I assure you. Anywho, we didn't do the detachments last time, and there are six, setting the tone and the standard for the cult codices. There are six detachments in this book, which is I mean, I love that. I love that from the off, simply because it means there are multiple different ways of playing this army, of structuring and playing this army, and that's wonderful. That's really wonderful. So the first one, the Mercurial Host, essentially, it's the sort of vanilla detachment. It's the all singing, all dancing one that doesn't favor any one particular unit over another, but has a very a sort of nice and ready and very practical army-wide special rule. So, fluff-wise, the Emperor's Children are a myriad of warbands driven by an obsessive desire to experience the thrill of battle in all of its many forms. These warbands strike with a speed and excessive violence that is majestic in its ever-escalating cruelty. Lots of sibilance going on here. Tormentors and infractors, their pupils dilated by exotic stim cocktails, flesh scarred and sculpted by self inflicted tortures, traverse the battlefield. Their murderous intentions flit from target to target, driven by their obsessive need for fresh experience and sensation. Each bloody kill they make is more excruciating and visually gratifying than the last. Noise Marines unleash wave after wave of discordant sonic destruction. The varied pitch and tone of Blast Master, Sonic Blaster, and Screamer Pistol combine with the screams of the dying and the exultant battle cries of the Emperor's Children to form a symphony of majestic horror. Love it. All the grim, dark, overblown purple and pink and black prose going on there. Very grim, dark, very over the top, very Warhammer 40,000. We love it. So it's essentially the Mercurial host. It's what the index would have been if they had an index detachment. It is the sort of it's the beginner's detachment. You can take pretty much anything, any army structure, and it will work. It will benefit you. It doesn't suit like one of the more experimental or overbalanced army style lists that you'll get later on. But if you want a force that you know is going to perform, this is the one. This is the one. It also cuts down on some of uh the bureaucracy, I suppose, the management that you've got to do with the Emperor's Children, because as a result of their army rule, the Thrill Seekers rule, which we explored in the last video, you do need to think about what you're doing with them. You need to think. You need to think about the game a bit like chess. You need to think about several moves forward, how you're going to stagger your shots and your charges and your assaults to get the best out of them. But this allows you to do that more predictably, I suppose, more reliably. So the detachment rule is Quicksilver Grace. The Emperor's Children are consummate raiders, eager to satiate their lust for sensation amid battle and falling upon their foes with impossible swiftness and inhuman grace. And it's very easy. You can re-roll advance rolls made for Emperor's Children units from your army. Seems very simple, and it is very simple, but you combine that with the Thrill Seekers rule, which allows you to advance and shoot or advance and charge within certain restrictions, and it actually becomes very, very good indeed. It basically means that you're going to be getting much more successful advance rolls. You're going to be closing the gap and maneuvering much more reliably, which is what this army is all about. Again, you combine it with certain other elements of the army, like the Tormentor's ability to infiltrate, or the Infractor's ability to scout, the general speed of the army, and yeah, it's pretty good. Even Terminators have a real role in this detachment. Their ability to deep strike, this actually helps a great deal with positioning and maneuvering them. It's really good. In terms of enhancements, we have the wonderfully named Steeped in Suffering. The warlords of the Emperor's Children thrive on the pain they cause. The more grievous the injuries they cause, the deadlier they become. Emperor's Children model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit below its starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If that target is below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll as well. Very fluffy. They're picking on the weakest. They're picking on the most vulnerable, which really makes sense. Very easy to get to activate as well with the Emperor's Children. And bearing in mind, it's the bearer's unit. So you're going to want, each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack, yeah. So this actually works on multiple levels. You can give it to a Lord Exultant in an Infractor squad, and it works. You can give it to a Lord Cacophonist in a Noise Marine squad or a Terminator squad, and it works. Yeah, again, it's all about reliability. It's about getting those rolls off when you need them. It's good. Classic. Yeah, this is a classic from right. I mean, there's been a gift or an enhancement like this, dating all the way back to the realms of chaos. Intoxicating musk. A sickly sweet aroma emanates from this warrior, at once delightful and abhorrent. A perfumed assault on the senses intoxicate those in its vicinity. Emperor's Children model only. Each time a melee attack targets the bearer's unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of that unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. That's good. Yeah, it's really good. It's a defensive upgrade, so it's very good for protecting those units you really want to protect. So again, it'd be good on Noise Marines if you want to protect them from an assault. It's good on it's good on a unit of infractors or tormentors with a Lord Exultant. Each time a melee, yeah, it would also be good on a prince as well. Although I think you're losing a little bit of the benefit of it there because it can be used to protect an entire unit rather than just one model. And as we mentioned before, demon princes in the Emperor's Children are really good, much better than they are in most of the other books thus far. Tactical perfection. Since their foundation, the Emperor's Children have sought to master every art of warfare, be it in personal acts of martial prowess or superior tactical displays. Really nice. I like the background for this one. It harks back to what they used to be and what they very much aren't now. Emperor's Children model only. After both players have deployed their armies, select up to 2 Emperor's Children units from your army and redeploy them. When doing so, you can set those units up in strategic reserves if you wish, regardless of how many units are already in strategic reserves. Very, 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 very good. Combined with all of the other shenanigans you can pull, combined with the Quicksilver Grace detachment rule, the general speed of the army, the ability to redeploy after setup is just mwah. It's generally very good in most armies. It's excellent for the Emperor's Children. You're going to be taking that one, at least that one. In fact, all of these are pretty good. There aren't many and there aren't many that I wouldn't take or wouldn't spare the points not to take. Loathsome dexterity. Blessed by Slanesh to further accentuate their perverse elegance, this leader possesses feline finesse. They love their alliteration, don't they? The writers of these codices. They really love their alliteration. Emperor's Children model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes a normal advance or fallback move, it can move through enemy models. When doing so, it can move within engagement range of such models, but cannot end that move within engagement range of them. Cool. And any desperate escape test is automatically passed. Yeah. It's a bit more niche than the others, but that could be very bloody useful. Again, it's all to do with maneuvering and positioning and getting those ideal charges or assaults or lines of fire. It's very good. You're going to have to think about it, who you put it on. I mean, I would put this on a Lord Exultant in a unit of either Infractors or Tormentors. Probably Tormentors, actually, because yeah, either would be good. Either would be good, depending on what you're trying to do, because this allows them to sort of move through and through enemy models. It means basically your opponent's not going to be able to block them from moving to a particular point, which they might try to do. You can even claim objectives using this. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. In terms of stratagems, we have Violent Excess, which is a battle tactics stratagem. It's 1 command point. Bearing in mind, you can reclaim command points really easily with the Emperor's Children, thanks to the Infractors and the Tormentors having the Sigil of Slanesh. At the end of every, I think it's the end of every turn, you can make a leadership roll for them, and if they succeed, they get a command point. It's really good. So, Violent Excess. The visceral thrill of killing causes the warriors of the Emperor's Children to enter an ecstatic frenzy of butchery and dismemberment. We love it, don't we? We love it. Occurs in the fight phase. The target, 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase already. The effect, until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have the sustained hits 1. That basically means if you roll to hit rolls of a 6, you get another hit on top of that one. So you're doubling up your hits. It's rough and ready. It's very good. It's very, very, very good. I mean, it's just universally applicable. Very good, used on a unit of infractors with a Lord Exultant, on flawless blades. If you've got a unit of them, combat terminators. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Combat stims. This is another classic. They love their drugs. They love their narcotics. The Emperor's children do. Oh, yes, they do. Combat stims. This is a battle tactic stratagem. It's expensive, 2 command points, but again, if you've got plenty of units of infractors and tormentors, it won't really be an issue. Occurs in the fight phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Okay, target one Emperor's Children infantry unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking units. Okay? The effect, until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Yeah, it's good. Again, it's a defensive stratagem. If there's like units contesting an objective, if you really don't want to lose a unit to some really nasty melee enemies, this is a good one. It just makes them a bit more survivable. It is expensive, but again, it can make the difference in an essential combat. So yeah, it's good. Honor the Prince. So this is a battle tactic stratagem. It's 1 command point. Warriors who venerate Slanesh through the most graceful fighting forms are rewarded for their efforts. This is in your movement phase. The target is one Emperor's Children infantry unit from your army that has not been selected to move this phase. Until the end of the phase, if your unit advances, do not make an advance roll. Instead, until the end of the phase, just add 6 inches to the move characteristic of models in your unit. Yeah, that can be useful if you're just wanting to like cut out the advance roll altogether, or if you need to get a unit where they need to go. This also, because it's not an advance roll, it means if your enemy has any naughty shenanigans that react to advance rolls or prevent you from making them, it doesn't apply anymore. So yeah, it's a bit more niche, and you're going to want to sort of save that one in your back pocket for when you really need it. But I can definitely see the utility of it. Again, that seems to be the thing with this detachment. It's very easy to use, and it's all utility. It's all about playing to the strengths of the army. Dark Vigor. This is a strategic ploy stratagem, 1 command point. The Emperor's children possess inhuman vigor. Their warriors move with monstrous speed to counter any advance and meet any challenge. It occurs your opponent's movement phase, just after an enemy unit ends a normal, advance, or fallback move. That's very interesting. Target one Emperor's Children unit from your army, excluding beasts and vehicles. Okay. That is within 9 inches. That's quite a good range as well. Of the enemy unit that just ended that move. The effect, your unit can make a normal move of up to 6 inches. That's really good. It's a reactive stratagem. It's cheap, it's only 1 command point. So, and you're going to have plenty of units within 9 inches, like within the first couple of turns. So that's very good. You can use it to disrupt, you can use it to apply pressure, you can use it to sort of psych out your enemy, even to claim objectives or whatnot. It's good. It's really, really good. Capricious reactions. This is a battle tactic stratagem. 1 command point, so nice and cheap. Their superhuman reflexes enhanced by endless streams of addictive combat stims. The Emperor's children react to incoming fire with haste, weaving between shots and taking cover in the blink of an eye. It occurs in your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. The target is one Emperor's Children unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. The effect, until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. It's good. It's really good. It's nice and cheap. If you want to impact the enemy's shooting against the unit you really want to survive or don't want to see whittled down too much, that's the one to go for. It's really good. Cruel Raiders. 1 command point. It's a strategic ploy stratagem. The Emperor's children delight in the shattering of false hope, often disengaging from their foes, only to strike again at an exposed flank. It occurs at the end of your opponent's fight phase, so you're going to have to be like on your feet with this one. You're going to have to be looking for where you deploy these stratagems that occur in your opponent's phase. What does it do? Target one Emperor's Children unit from your army that is wholly within 9 inches of one or more battlefield edges and not within 3 inches horizontally of one or more enemy units. Ooh, you effect remove your unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. That's really good. It enables you to play with the enemy a little bit. You can sort of distract or divert them if you want to, and then remove the unit if it's say under threat or something like that, or if it's done its job and you want it to deploy elsewhere. That's very naughty, that one. It's only one command point, but it's very, very naughty. You've got to think about how you use it. But yes, I can see how that you can really play with that one. I like it. I like it a heck of a lot, actually. As a detachment, the Mercurial Host, it's rough and ready. It's the one that is, I would say, probably the most well-rounded of the detachments, the most easy to use. It's the one where, if you haven't played with these guys before, the one to start with, because it gives you loads of tools to play with, loads of options, loads of stuff, loads of synergies that play into the wider army, into like unit special rules, the army-wide special rule. It's very, very good indeed. I like it. I like it a lot. Moving on, we have one of the more niche detachments. Now, this is the Peerless Bladesman. This is the more aggressive one. And it's like a lot of the niche detachments, it's one that informs your army selection. So what you're going to be wanting to go for with this one is loads of elite units. You're going to loads of elite melee units. So you're going to want your this is the one for your flawless blades, it's the one for your infractors, it's the one for your tormentors, sorry, one for your terminators, this one, and potentially also things like Mauler Fiends, Demon Princes, etc., etc. Let's get some fluff, shall we? The Emperor's children are consumed by their own pride and driven by insatiable obsession. They seek to prove their prowess in myriad forms of combat. Tall and powerful, flawless blades stride proudly into battle, seeking out enemy champions to gruesomely humble in single combat. They parry the blows of their foes with sneering arrogance and spill their blood with glee. In their blood-slick wake come squads of infractors, empowered by rare and esoteric combat drugs. Other sons of Fulgrim unleash death in shredding salvos from bolt guns and sonic weapons. Those who exult in their sword-fighting prowess find gaps in armor plate with their curved blades and sinuous whips, rending flesh and spilling viscera with each strike. The slaughter increases in pace and intensity as it rushes towards a gore-slick crescendo, ending only when the last wretched victim has been eviscerated and the twisted souls of the Emperor's children are briefly glutted on the riotous carnage they have inflicted. It's a mouthful, isn't it? It's all the grim, dark, over the top, florid prose. It's what you want. It's one of those detachments that really sells the horror of the Emperor's Children, which I like. Again, it really is the close combat detachment, so it suits things like your Flawless Blades, your Terminators, your Infractors units led by Lords Exultant with certain enhancements. It really plays into them. It's also a detachment where Lucius and or Fulgrim, either one of them, are actually excellent. Uh, Lucius is particularly good in. I mean, he's good in all of them. Lucius is one of. I will go out on a limb and I will say he's one of the best characters in 40k at the moment. He does exactly what he's supposed to do and does it arguably better than anyone. One thing I really hope, actually, when the World Eaters Codex is released, not terribly long from now, is that Khan, the Betrayer, has a bit of an upglow because he needs it in contrast to Fulgrim. At the moment, if you put Khan in combat with Fulgrim, with Lucius, Lucius is winning. Lucius is just uh, the better data sheet, and that's kind of sad. They should be different but equal, you know. Detachment rule, exquisite swordsmanship. These warriors are peerless swordsmen, each demonstrating exquisite fighting form. Those who lock swords with these obsessive warriors do so at their peril. Each time an Emperor's Children unit from your army is selected to fight, if it made a charge move this turn, select one of the abilities below. While resolving those attacks, melee weapons equipped by models in that unit have that ability. So you can select after a charge either lethal hits or sustained hits 1. Again, it's very easy to implement, and given it plays very well into the Thrill Seeker special rule and just the general speed of these guys, you are going to be charging a lot. So you will get this charge off quite easily, and then you can just select what you want. Sustained hits 1 on things like the Flawless Blades and your Terminators and your Infractors actually is very good. If they're going up against a big monster or a knight or a vehicle, lethal hits, again, very, very good. It just adds utility into the army. It's a bit more niche than the Mercurial Host because you are going to be wanting your melee units to get where they need to go. Also, you are going to need a little bit of support. So again, a smattering of Noise Marines, even though they don't necessarily benefit directly from the detachment rule, would be very good for laying pressure and giving covering fire. Very nice indeed. It's a good in the hands of a skilled player who really understands the synergies and things going on here. It's a very good detachment indeed. I think you're going to be seeing this one competitively quite a lot. Enhancements, faultless opportunist. This swordsman forever seeks opportunities to flaunt their dazzling and deadly blade work. Emperor's Children model only. You can target the bearer's unit with the heroic intervention stratagem for 0 CP and can do so even if you have already targeted a different unit with that stratagem this phase. It's really good. It enables you to move, like to intercede in combats and to gain extra movement. And also the fact that it applies to the bearer's unit is very good as well. Yeah, I like that. It's got a lot of you. Again, it's a utility enhancement, so you're going to want it. You are definitely going to want it. Blinding speed. By injecting powerful combat stims distilled from the perfumed ichor of demonettes. We like that. We really like that. More drugs! More drugs. These warriors slash out with diabolically enhanced speed. Emperor's Children model only. Once per battle, at the start of the fight phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, until the end of the phase, models in the bearer's unit have the fight's first ability. Yeah, we like it. It's very good. It's very, very good. Lord Exultant in a unit of infractors, fighting first. Yeah, it's good. It's very, very good. Even if it is only once per battle, it's still very good. You're only going to want to use it once per battle anyway. And once you've got it, as long as you're, in combination with the detachment rule, it really works. It really works. Distortion. The sheen of this blade reflects to the bearer their own alluring countenance. In their image, they see an example of perfection. In reality, the bearer has become a hideous wretch. Every ounce of elegance leached away to increase the demon blade's killing power. Nice. We like that. It's a demon blade, and we like that full stop. Emperor's Children model only. Add 1 to the attacks and damage characteristics of melee weapons equipped by the bearer. Nice and simple. It's tailor made for a demon prince, that is. It is tailor made for a demon prince. It's good on others as well, but it really is made for the demon prince. You want one of the enhancements. If you're taking a Lord Exultant, you want one of the enhancements that affects their unit rather than the model itself. Yeah, that's excellent on a Demon Prince, I've got to say. It just makes them much, much nastier. And Demon Princes, as we've mentioned, in this army, in this detachment, very good. Very good. Rise to the challenge. This warrior's arrogance is matched by a listless ennui at the galaxy's everyday stimuli. They're bored, basically. They're just goddamn bored with everything. Should a worthy opponent challenge them in combat, they transform into a faultless duelist with skill beyond compare. Emperor's Children infantry model only, so you're definitely going for your Lord Exultant, or maybe your Lord Cacophonist with this one. Once per battle, at the end of the fight phase, if the bearer is within engagement range of 3 or more enemy models, it can use this enhancement. If it does, the bearer can fight one additional time. Yeah, that's good. That's good. When doing so, you can select one ability using the exquisite swordsmanship detachment rule to apply to those attacks. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. The ability to fight twice is, I mean, that can turn the tables. If you're doing that within a key combat that's contesting like certain objectives or certain board quarters or whatever, very nice. Very characterful as well. I like that one. In terms of not enhancements, no, we've just done those. Stratagems. We have Deft Parry. This is a battle tactic stratagem at 1 command point. Bedazzled by these warriors' weaving swordsmanship and hypnotic aura, foes cannot land a telling blow upon them. When it occurs during the fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Okay, the target is one Emperor's Children unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. The effect until the end of the phase: each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. It's great. It's a defensive, a very standard defensive stratagem. It works very well for protecting your units from counterattacks, basically. Good on your flawless blades, this one. Good on your flawless blades. You're probably going to want it as well, unless they wipe out a unit, which, you know. Death Ecstasy. It's expensive, but again, bearing in mind if you've got Infractors and Tormentors on the table, you can get your command points back really easily. 2 command points, Strategic Ploy Stratagem. Death is but another thrilling experience, and the Emperor's Children are loath to deny the enemy such ecstatic sensation. Lovely. They find joy and ecstasy even in dying. Gotta love it, don't you? Gotta love it. Target one. When it occurs in the fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Target one Emperor's Children unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. The effect: until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought this phase, do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks and is then removed from play. So again, very good on your flawless blades if they are stuck in a nasty combat. Good with your infractors too. It's a way of basically making the enemy pay for their hubris. And it can work. It's one of those stratagems that can turn the tide of a particular combat or even of a key combat if played correctly at certain points in the game. I like it. I like it a lot. Got a cup of coffee, by the way. Mm. And yes, even though I'm reading the Emperor's Children Codex, it is just coffee. It's a very bog standard stimulant, unfortunately. Incessant Violence. This is a battle tactic stratagem, 1 command point, nice and cheap. Caught up in the joyful exhilaration of violent excess, as they often are, the momentum of the Emperor's Children is almost impossible to halt. This occurs in the fight phase just before an Emperor's Children unit from your army consolidates. Okay. Target that Emperor's Children unit. The effect: until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a consolidation move, it can move up to 6 inches instead of 3, provided your unit ends that consolidation move within engagement range of one or more enemy units. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. You can plan this one. You can plan to use this one and set up like multiple combats, like a domino effect. I like that. There's a lot of that kind of thing in this codex, those little synergies that you need to watch out for that make the units and the detachments more than they might otherwise seem. That's very good. So, with enough luck and planning, you can move from one combat to another very reliably, especially if you're in that sort of like that turn 3, turn 4 mush in the middle of the battlefield, as you so often get into. That's very good. Cruel Bladesman. This is a battle tactic stratagem, 1 command point. Fulgrim's scions are renowned for their bladecraft, toying with their inferiors while preparing an exquisite penetrating thrust. they know what they're doing with this language. They really do. There's a lot of suggestive language in this book, as you might expect. When fight phase, target one Emperor's Children unit from your army that made a charge move this turn and has not been selected to fight this phase. The effect: until the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit by 1. It's really good. In combination with the exquisite swordsmanship detachment rule, the innate abilities of units, yeah, it's excellent. And also, again, there are synergies you can pop off with this. So, say you've got a unit of flawless blades with a demon prince on foot, sort of hanging around with them as support. You can pop this off after the flawless blades have made a charge, and they will get +1 armor penetration from this and +1 armor penetration from the demon prince because of his innate aura. And suddenly they are basically just hacking away at units in a, yeah, it's very good. It's very, very good. Terrifying Spectacle. This is a strategic ploy stratagem. Flensing strikes, dismemberments, and evisceration strike fear into the hearts of the foe. It's 1 command point. It occurs in your opponent's command phase. That's unusual. Target 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army that made a charge move in the previous turn and destroyed 1 or more enemy models, units rather, in the previous fight phase. That's very unusual. Effect: each enemy unit within 6 inches of your unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the test if they are below half strength. Enemy units affected by this stratagem do not need to take any other battle shock tests in the same phase. Okay, that can be cool, especially with if you play that in combination with certain other modifiers. So noise marines, when they fire, if they hit an enemy unit, they subtract 1 from any subsequent battle shock tests that they take. So you can play a blinder with that one to get enemy units off of objectives or to contest objectives. Yeah, that can really put a wrench into the opponent, but you've got to play it well. That one requires a bit more planning and thought, that one does, but it's very good. What else have we got? Cut down the weak. Strategic ploy stratagem, expensive 2 command points. Contempt for lesser warriors drives the Emperor's Children in their punishing reprisals. It occurs in your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit falls back. Target 1 Emperor's Children unit from your army. You can only select a vehicle unit if it is a walker, so the Mauler Fiend, that is within 6 inches of that enemy unit and would be eligible to declare a charge against that enemy unit if it were your charge phase. The effect: your unit can declare a charge. When doing so, you must select the enemy unit as a target of that charge, and your unit does not receive a charge bonus this turn. That's fine. That's really good. That's really good. So you can prevent enemy units from getting out of combat or from trying to disengage. And if they are weak, if they're about to die, you can cut them down. That can be very, 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 very useful indeed, my loves. I like it. I like it a lot. So yes, the Peerless Bladesman. It's one of the more. It's slanted towards a more specific kind of army build. You're going to want your flawless blades, your infractors. It's close combat oriented. Um, Mauler Fiends do very well in this detachment, and you're going to want something to support them all. You know, you're going to want a couple of units of Noise Marines here. Maybe 1 unit of Tormentors to give you a little bit of tactical flexibility. But generally speaking, you're going to want to go all in on your close combats here. And it's despite being slightly more World Eaters E or World Eaters esque, it does reward considered play because in combination with the charge benefits that you get and the Thrill Seeker's army rule, you're going to want to think about how units are moving across the board and staggering your charges and so on and so forth. Again, it's a thinking person's detachment, and I think you're going to see a lot of it competitively, because it's when it goes off, it goes off. When you get it working and all the synergies are all sort of working together, it's very powerful. It's very powerful indeed. One of the more powerful detachments in the book when in the hands of someone who's thinking about what they're doing. The next one, this was a bit of a surprise for all of us, I think. Nobody expected this. It's really, really odd, but really cool. I'm so pleased it's in here. This is the Rapid Evisceration Detachment, and it's really strange. It's all about the transports, this one. This is all about the transports. It's an Emperor's Children detachment that gives benefits to units that are mounted in transports and that disembark from transports, and provides loads of utility for things like redeployment, uppy downy tactics, where you can pick units up and put them into reserves and redeploy them, that kind of thing. It's potentially excellent. Again, it forces a particular kind of army build, because you're going to want to take um, your transport unit. So you're going to want to take rhinos and land raiders in this detachment. But that's not much of a problem, really, because they're just so good. They're just so good here. So, the armored transports of the Emperor's children are a testament to the debased nature of those who ride within them. Daubed in vibrant colours and covered in symbols of dedication to both Legion and Dark Prince, the war engine's twisted machine spirits snarl, whine, and growl like beasts straining at the leash. Warp amps emit streams of demonic screeches. That's a nice reference to time gone by. Warp amps were what the vehicles blessed by Slanesh used to get in like earlier editions ages ago. Spreading fear in the ranks of the enemy and heralding the slaughter to come, laying down destructive choruses of firepower from turrets, hatches, and sponsons. Armored transports grind over the foe's defenses, smash into enemy infantry, and disgorge their fell cargo to battle. From the armored behemoths emerge the Emperor's children, weapons drawn in anticipation of the glorious violence to come. Yeah. So it's all about speed, it's all about armor, it's all about transports. The detachment rule is mechanized murder. The Emperor's children are masters of the mechanized assault, leaping from their growling, demonically tainted vehicles to fall upon the foe with blade and bolter. Each time an Emperor's children model from your army makes an attack, if it disembarked from a transport this turn, re-roll a hit roll of 1 and re-roll a wound roll of 1. It's very good. I don't need to tell you, guys, that those re-rolls are rare and they are very, 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 very good. You can see how this would work, for example, with noise marines, with infractors, if they were charging out of a rhino, yeah? And the thing is, because of the way rhinos work as well, rhinos in the Emperor's Children are a bit different. So let's go back to their data sheet, shall we? Because rhinos in the Emperor's Children have a slightly different special rule. Where are we now? There's the Land Raider. Here we are. They have the assault vehicle rule, so units can disembark from this transport after it has advanced. Units that do so count as having made a normal move that phase and cannot declare a charge, but can otherwise act normally. So yeah, there is enormous potential here. And Land Raiders obviously have their assault vehicle special rule, so you can charge after disembarking out of them, which it plays into this special rule beautifully. Really, really beautifully. Again, there's enormous amounts of synergy going on here between the different units, the army special rule, and the detachment rule. And if you can sort of maneuver everything correctly, you can see how it all cascades and falls into place. It's again one of those detachments that rewards considered play and planning and thinking about where your units are, what you want them to do. preempting what's going to be happening a few turns ahead, playing it like a chess game, you know? The enhancements, Sublime Prescience. This leader's tactical prowess ensures that their reinforcements arrive when required. Emperor's Children infantry model only. Once per turn in your movement phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, select one friendly Emperor's Children transport that is in strategic reserves. Until the end of the phase, for the purposes of setting up that transport on the battlefield, treat the current battle round number as being one higher than it actually is. That's really good. That's really good. Again, in combination with the mechanized murder special rule, it's actually fantastic. You're gonna be taking that one. And the fact, I mean, I'm surprised that's not once per battle, quite frankly. Because even once per battle, it could be really, really useful and devastating. That it's once per turn, yeah, it's excellent. Excellent. You are absolutely going to be taking that. Spearhead Striker. The leader and their bodyguard pride themselves on being first into the fray. Emperor's Children infantry model only. Each time the bearer disembarks from a transport, until the end of the turn, you can reroll charge rolls made for the bearer's unit, and enemy units cannot use the fire Overwatch stratagem to shoot at the bearer's unit. Again, you're going to be taking that. You're just automatically going to be taking that. Being able to turn off Overwatch is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can be very naughty with that, actually. There's a lot to be yeah. I can see a lot of synergies happening with that. Very naughty indeed. And when you get it off, your opponent is going to be like rolling their eyes. They're going to be really annoyed with that one, I can tell you. Accomplished tactician, possessed of uncanny situational awareness, this leader directs hit and fade attacks with great precision. Emperor's Children infantry unit, infantry model only. Once per turn in your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has shot, you can select one friendly Emperor's Children unit within 9 inches of the bearer that was hit by one or more of those attacks. Then select one friendly transport that unit is wholly within 6 inches of and is able to embark within. That Emperor's Children unit can embark within that transport. Again, you can play with this. It's really good. It's really good. It gives you some tactical options, and it means you can protect units from being shot off the board, especially in combination with certain stratagems and certain enhancements. If you've got another Emperor's Children model with the Sublime Prescience enhancement, you can, yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good. You can combine the two and like you can effectively redeploy units in their transports. That's excellent. Heretic Adept. This warrior is well versed in the fell rituals of the Dark Mechanicum. Emperor's Children infantry model only. Once per battle round, when a saving throw is failed for a friendly Emperor's Children vehicle model within 6 inches of the bearer, you can change the damage characteristic of that attack to 0. Yeah, I mean it's situational, but it's really good. You can use it to protect your vehicle units. Um, it's just a way of ensuring they don't get shot off the board before they've made it across the battlefield, which is always good. And it's once per battle round as well. So you just wait for that really devastating, like really big, nasty gun, like from an enemy knight or a brutalis or something like that, to fire at your transport. And then you just say, ah, no, its damage is 0. It's very good. All of those enhancements are great, actually. The ones that are really good, Sublime Prescience is just amazing. And Spearhead Striker. They're all really good, actually, but Spearhead Striker and Sublime Prescience are essential. You're going to be taking those without a shadow of a doubt. Stratagems, we've got on to the next. This is a strategic ploy stratagem, one command point. The fleeting obsessions of the Emperor's children cause them always to seek fresh targets, hence the Thrill Seeker's army rule. When, during the fight phase, just after an Emperor's Children unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, target that Emperor's Children unit and one friendly transport it is able to embark with him. Effect, if your Emperor's Children unit is wholly within 6 inches of that transport, it can embark within it. So it is a case of, like, it's a drive-by. um, stratagem. It's really good. You can like move them up with their transports, and then after they've destroyed an enemy unit, they can get back on. They can redeploy. It's really good. There's a lot of scummy stuff you can do with that. A lot, actually, especially in combination with things like Sublime Prescience and the Spearhead Striker. Yeah, it's nasty. And for one command point, it's actually excellent. Advance and Claim. This is a strategic ploy stratagem, one command point. The Emperor's Children send forth their frontline troops in swift vehicles to seize ground rapidly. This is in your command phase. The target is one Emperor's Children transport unit from your army that has one or more Tormentors units embarked within it. So it's excluding battle shocked units. So it's quite specific. This is only for Tormentors. Effect: select one objective marker you control that your transport is within range of. That objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control over that objective marker is greater than yours at the end of the phase. So it's kind of like a sticky objectives thing. It's a way of claiming, then moving on, then claiming, then moving on. It's very good actually, because tormentors can't use their normal sticky objectives unless they disembark. This allows them to do it without disembarking, so they can move on. It's very good, and also take full advantage of their vehicle's protection and its movement capacity. So yeah, it's good. It's very, very good indeed. It's one of those. It seems kind of innocuous, but when you sit down and think about it, actually, there's a lot of utility in it, which I like. I like a lot. Dynamic Breakthrough. This is an epic deed stratagem, one command point. Relying upon shock, awe, and demonically enhanced vehicles, the Emperor's Children drive through the enemy lines to outflank the enemy. This is in your movement phase. The target is one Emperor's Children vehicle unit from your army that has not been selected to move this phase. The effect: until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a move, it can move through enemy models, again, excluding monsters and vehicles. When doing so, it can move within engagement range of such models, but cannot end that move within engagement range of them. And any desperate escape test is automatically passed. So again, it's really good. It allows you to drive through enemy units, so the opponent can't block you off effectively. Um, it's situational, but in the situation in which it occurs, it can potentially be game breaking. It can be really good. It can mean the difference between claiming an objective and not claiming an objective, being in the right place at the right time or not being in the right place at the right time. Very good. Ceaseless Onslaught. This is a strategic ploy stratagem for one command point. Cocktails of combat stims and a blazing murder lust drive the warriors of the Emperor's Children forward at breakneck speed. This is during your charge phase. The target one Emperor's Children unit from your army that disembarked from a transport that made a normal move this turn. Effect: until the end of the phase, your Emperor's Children unit is eligible to declare a charge. So you can get out of your rhinos and declare a charge. That's just flat out nasty, that is. It's really good. It's just flat out unpleasant, that is. Units of tormentors with their Lord Exultant amongst them. Yeah, disembarking from a rhino, fantastic. Really, really good. That also, by the way, has been able to make a scout move at the beginning of the game. Bear that in mind. Yeah, nice. Really, just flat out really good. Reactive Disembarkation. This is a strategic ploy stratagem. As their transports come under fire, the Emperor's Children disembark and take the fight to the foe with bolt gun and sword, one command point. This is your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, and the target is one Emperor's Children transport from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking units attacked. The effect: one Emperor's Children unit embarked within your transport can disembark. When doing so, models in that unit can be set up anywhere on the battlefield wholly within 6 inches of that transport and not within engagement range of one or more enemy units. It's good. It's really good. It basically means that your units can get out of a vehicle before it's blown up. or if you're afraid that you're going to take mortal wounds as a result of it blowing up. It's just a nice defensive stratagem. It's good. It's again, it's all utility. All of it is utility. Very, very nice indeed. Lastly, we have the outflanking strike, which is one command point, strategic ploy stratagem. The Emperor's children utilize their infantry to pin the enemy down, whilst further transports seek to outflank the foe and deploy troops behind. End of your opponent's fight phase. Target one Emperor's Children transport from your army, or up to two Emperor's Children dedicated transports from your army. Effect: for each of these transports wholly within 9 inches of one or more battlefield edges, remove it from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. Yeah, naughty. It's an up downy stratagem, and it's really naughty. It's cheap. It has a lot of utility. You can really play some naughty moves of distraction and deviation with it. I like it. I like it a lot. There's so much utility in this. The rapid evisceration detachment. I've never seen anything quite like it in 40k before. You're going to have to sit and study the detachment a little bit and how it works in combination with unit special rules and whatnot. But I think there's a lot of legs in this one. I think, again, alongside the Peerless Bladesman, you're going to be seeing this one in competitive situations. I mean, you've got a sort of tax with it, I suppose, in the sense that you've got to take transports to get the best out of it, but it's not really a tax at all. The transports are going to be really, really good in this and provide so much in the way of utility. There's a lot of situations where you're getting turn one charges here and stuff like that, where you're claiming battlefield quarters and sectors really goddamn quickly, and where you are reacting to the enemy. If they are putting too much duress on you, you can remove units and put them down elsewhere. I want to see a lot more sort of battle reports for this one, because I think there's a lot to unlock. There's a lot to unlock with it. I like it. I really, really like it. And I want to play a game. I want to play a game with this one just to see how it works out and what you can do with it. Very, very good indeed. Well, my loves, that was the first three detachments of the six that we have in the Emperor's Children Codex. When we come back, I'll be doing the other three: the Carnival of Excess, the Coterie of the Conceited, and the Slanesh's Chosen. And I'll also be giving a little bit more of a summary on the Codex and on the release as a whole and whatnot. Until then, bye bye.